This is my modified Nerf cam. I'll go over the internal mods to paint job and show you it firing. Starting with the internal mods, I do have LEDs, I'll go over those in a sec, but I'll leave them on for the video. This is a semi-automatic flywheel blaster, so I did all of the basic flywheel modifications. This is my first modded Nerf cam, so I didn't want to overhaul it right out of the gate. I wanted to see the performance of pretty much the stock components. The stock motors are on par with all of the other current 130 motors out of Hasbro, so you can expect similar performance. So I am running on the stock motors. I took out the stock resistance and the thermistor, as well as the electronic and mechanical locks, re-lubricated the trigger mech, filed down some of the action back there so it operates much smoother than in stock form, and actually called it a day. I'm running on the stock battery tray. I'm using 3 truss fires and 1 dummy battery, and I'm getting results as expected with that performance. The flywheel motors, again, are very similar to all of the other Hasbro ones, so you're going to get the same results with the same mods. Those are actually all of the performance modifications. Getting to these LEDs, this is an internal mod sort of. I have 2 back here inside the shell facing downward. You can see the actual LEDs when you look up at it. Then I have 6 up in the front, 3 on either side, facing outward from the barrel shroud, facing into this little plate, reflecting downward. I've only done this style lighting in the top of my Stryfly, my first Stryfly with 2 LEDs pointing downward. I really like the glowing effect. It wasn't as clear as when I put it behind polycarb that I've diffused and rubbed down with alcohol, but I think they look awesome and they accent the light blue detailing. The LEDs are turned on and off with this little toggle switch. You push on and it stays on. It's not a momentary switch, you just push it and forget about it. And the LEDs are run on a 9-volt battery. Unfortunately, I could not put the 9-volt battery anywhere where you could access it from the outside. You do actually have to disassemble the blaster to get to it, and the 9-volt is housed in the grip right here. So that's still working just as it did stock. I didn't change the camera, I didn't do anything like that. Replacing the camera unit would be more expensive than it's really worth. If I wanted to put a camera unit in something, I'd put it in a different blaster to make that blaster more unique rather than upgrading one in this blaster because everybody's already expecting a camera to be in this. Although I have a GoPro, so I don't think I'm going to be mounting an upgraded camera into any blaster. But that works as expected. The little push button switch, I didn't modify any of it, so it works just like stock. The memory card, everything's the same. That's all of the modifications. Getting to the paint job. This is a black vinyl dye base coat / primer. The stock and the base of the blaster is all black, as well as the top rail unit. And then after I primed the center plate, I then painted that gray. So that's actually a different color than that. That's not just the camera. This is gray, that's black. Over top of that, I did Citadel green and then Citadel blue, and then a matte clear coat. The Nerf cam splits apart really easily, so the gray piece and the black piece were just 2 different pieces. I didn't have to tape that off, I just ripped it apart and painted them separately. This is a very fun blaster to paint. The lines in this shell are very cool, and they look really, really neat. Neat being interesting, not necessarily more or less clean than other blasters. I think this looks very unique compared to other Elite blasters right now. Not my paint job in particular, the shell lines, which make any paint job look really cool. As you can see, I've left some of the orange components orange, the inner barrel, the little thing, just little things everywhere all over it. And I did that to maintain perfect function. I also taped off the bottom of the magazine. That is a very clean tape line, but this allows you to insert the magazine with no friction at all, or at least excessive friction from paint. I definitely love this paint job. I think the colors look wonderful next to each other. This shell was a blast to paint. I think the paint lines look really cool. This shell is just very accepting to paint jobs, and I'm really excited to see what other people think of for this type of shell. So as you can see, it's shooting along the lines of all of the other modified flywheel blasters that you throw truss fires in, you clear out the circuit, and they're all pretty much the same. So that is the modified Nerf cam. I'm very happy with how the project turned out. I'm very excited to work on future Nerf cams. That is the video. Let me know what you think about this new paint job, or at least the new paint lines on the Nerf cam. I can't take credit for this paint job really, because most of the coolness and the cool lines are really just the shell. I just painted a shell. I didn't have to do anything abnormal. But I'm very happy with how it turned out. I think it looks really good. So that's it. Thanks for watching.